Brent, tonight we got a great front court matchup.
Yeah, this is a game, BA, I think that has been circled on the calendar. These guys are competitive, but there are positional rivalries that do exist, and the only way you can measure up is standing across from your opponent. We've got that here tonight. Who's going to get the best of who?
All right, let's check out the starting lineup for the Trailblazers. We've got Matisse Thybulle. DeAndre Ayton is out there with Avdia. Then it's Shaedon Sharpe, and it's Klingon in at the 5.
And this guy has some bounce. Always fun seeing Sharpe hammer at home.
From the wing, and he buries that one. Back rim and in.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
Ayton, the screen on Connaughton. Avdia from outside. Milwaukee with the rebound.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
That was execution to perfection. Textbook transition offense.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Connects from downtown.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Avdia's gone 1 for 2 from deep. Prince, a screen on Thybulle. Lillard left side. For 3. And Klingon pulls it down. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 3 from the floor. And you watch Donovan Klingon. He really benefited from that extra year in college, Grant.
Yeah, the development cycle can be a little longer for centers, BA. He cleaned up a lot offensively and took his strength and conditioning to another level.
5 on the clock. And it's Thybulle missing. Connaughton with the ball. Now Sharpe defending. Prince, a screen on Sharpe. And here's Connaughton for 3. Doesn't go that time. Portland has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Here's the floater. And can't get it to go. Now 1 of 2. Milwaukee has gone 0 for 2 from outside. For 3, here's Lillard. And that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
And Lillard a flat-out gunner from deep because he's just a lethal shooter from way outside.
It's Sharpe with the drive. That one goes in. Sharpe's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let-up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
They set a pick. Avdia from outside sends it home from three-point land. Avdia's got 6 points.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on him.
And Doc Rivers calls timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Milwaukee making a switch here. Portis is checked in. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Kamara, he's checked in for Thybulle. Here's Lillard. Pass to Prince. Takes the 3. And Ayton pulls it down. Trailblazers lead by 3. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I was able to talk with Doc Rivers for a minute. How they'll go about defending DeAndre Ayton came up, and Coach told me once Ayton gets deep, it's too late. We need to find him early and not let him set up down low. Push him out to the line. That's a lot to be pushing around with Ayton being as big as they come, guys.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Sharpe against Prince. Portis, left side. Oh, deflected. Lopez, the screen on Avdia to halt the run. And it's Lillard penetrating. And the dunk by Lillard.
Smart and aggressive. Lillard repeatedly dominating the pick and roll set.
Avdia, good. Give him 8.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
Portis outside. Pass to Lillard. Portis the screen. Shot is up. Misses off the right iron.
I admire the play call. They just couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
First personal foul. First team foul.
There's 45 seconds left in the first. Sharp finds Avdia. 6 to shoot. Misses the 3. The Bucks trail by 6. Lopez, the screen on Avdia. For 3, here's Lillard. Lillard can't get that one to fall. Portland has gone 3 of 6 shooting from beyond the arc. Avdia from outside. That's good. For the day, he's 4 for 6. The Bucks have gone 4 of 10 shooting the rock in this first quarter. Lopez passes to Lillard. Lopez, the screen on Avdia. And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. Goes back up. Portis. And he's going to the line for 2. And they've stopped the action here. They're using their coach's challenge.
So many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
And he drops the first. Both free throws good from Portis.
And the big fella with the skill level, showing a soft touch at the line.
Knocked loose. And so it's Portland closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. And it's most... If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Trailblazers.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
I love the passing that they displayed at the start of the game. Great ball movement that's opening up some chances without really getting deep into the execution.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second. We've got Jeremy Grant and Freddie Simons out there with Delano Banton. Then there's Robert Williams, and it's Kamari in at the 4-man position. Portis finds Trent. 6 on the shot clock. The Bucks need to get up a shot here. Ooh, Williams with the block. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, Jimmy Grant averaged single digits in points the first 4 seasons of his career, but over the last 4 seasons, he's scoring over 20 a game. He said it all changed for him back in Detroit, adding, quote, "I grew as a player, being the #1 option and seeing different coverages. Now I'm reaping the benefits," unquote. Brian?
All right, Allie, thanks. All right, Brent, we hear the phrase 3 and D. Jeremy Grant is a perfect example of that, though.
Well, Grant's done a good job of trying to find some more confidence in shooting from the arc. He shot over 40% from 3 in 1 season. Defensively, he's versatile, he's long. Like him to play a little bit more physical, but if that comes along, he's the kind of guy you want to suit up with.
Bucks trail by 11. Trent outside. They set the screen. They need this. Drains the triple. Trent's got 6.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one. simple thing, and that's some effort got burned on that one.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
We're about a minute and a half into this second quarter. Jackson against Simons. From deep. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll head to the line for three.
Simons really settling in to what he is in this league, and that is a microwave scorer that can come in and get buckets.
You know, I have to admire a guy like Anthony Simons. Early in his career, he was seen as undersized, but with his skill and pure athleticism, he balances the scales against bigger players, and he's become a ferocious scorer.
Now here's Simons. They lead by 11, largest margin of the game. 2 open that time. Made it look easy. He's got 5.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
And Williams punches it home.
I really don't think there's any way to slow them down. They have the defense scrambling out there.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
And the foul on Gary Trent. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Yeah, he tried to gain position, but couldn't quite get there.
There's Simons with a 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. Simons has got 8 here in this quarter.
Yeah, Simons has great confidence in shooting that 3 ball, and that consistency will help this squad.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Now Portland with it. They're on a 17-3 run. There's Simons with a 3. The rebound by the Bucks. Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Jackson for 3. Out to Portis. 5 to shoot. Kept alive. Trent outside. Kuzma for 3. Oh, clanks that one. He's 0 for 1 to start.
They are really struggling to stop this run.
Frustration seems to be mounting here, and you can see not just in their faces, but right now in their quick and hurried shot selection.
Now here's Portis. Jackson for 3. Drops in the 3. Jackson's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Portland leading by 15. And a fun fact here, Brent, the Trailblazers' name was actually chosen by the fans.
Oh, that's so awesome, BA, to remind fans of how it is that Portland got its name. It was an open contest, and they had, I think, over 10,000 entries. And there were a couple other names that we should throw out there. It could have been the Pioneers or the Doug Furs. I think they chose wisely.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Pass to Grant from deep three-point range. That bucket makes him 3 for 5.
The extended range of Jeremy Grant. Wow, you got to pick him up at the timeline.
Here's Sims. And here's Kuzma. Kicks it out to Jackson. There's 49 seconds left to play in the first half. Can't hit the corner 3. The Trailblazers have gotten 7 of 10 attempts to drop in the second quarter. Fires the 3. Another miss. He's 2 for 4. Bucks trail by 18. Kuzma for 3. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 4 rebounds in the game. He's made all of his free throws to this point. 3 of 3. And the first one at the line is good. So he gets them both. We've got 22 seconds left in the second period. Kuzma down low. He's covered by Simons. There's a screen. Jackson, the pass to Sims. That basket is good. Off the assist from Jackson.
Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
And here's Grant from the arc. Connects from downtown. Grant's got 11 here in the quarter alone. So as we conclude the first half, a fairly one-sided game. Portland ahead running away with it. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the half-court shot.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. One of the stories here, Denny Avdia getting it done today.
Through 2 quarters of play, he's been an excellent source of points.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Taurean Prince is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Connaughton in at the 3. That's Doc Rivers 5 as we get into the second half. Well, Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint. But if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside.
Now here's Avdia. Another 3 from Portland.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Avdia from outside. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Antetokounmpo's got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Prince. 4-3. And again, it's Milwaukee from deep.
A good shooter and has some range. Taurean Prince welcoming all catch-and-shoot opportunities.
Avdia from outside. Knocks down the triple. Avdia's got 17.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
He's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Well, Brent, although he hasn't won an MVP since 2020, Giannis has been a finalist every season.
Well, B.A., I just wonder if the voter fatigue is something that Giannis is tired of. Forget the voters. Maybe he just wants to focus on getting back to that level. Obviously, in the past couple seasons, you could say that he might have deserved one more, but this is one of the best two-way players in the league, and he's not going anywhere.
A chance here to catch up with Ali from the sideline.
The NBA wants to ensure that every team has a shot. Commissioner Adam Silver said, "We want parity of opportunity. People aren't interested in seeing teams buy championships, and we've made progress. In the long term, we're better off with more competitive fairness among all of the teams."
That's true. It keeps everything interesting. Thanks, Ali. Thibault with it, and Connaughton picks him up defensively. And there's the screen. Avdia from outside. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Here's Milwaukee. They're on an 11-3 run.
Aggressive and incredibly quick end-to-end. Lillard is always a threat on the fast break.
Avdia against Connaughton. There's the triple. And Avdia good for 3. Avdia's got 20 points.
Anything you can do, I can do better. That one felt a little personal right there.
Yeah, again, you can't take this too far to make it too selfish, but that exchange, that's fun to watch.
Lillard against Thibault. Now here's Avdia. The D's right on him. Let's go with a 3. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Antetokounmpo's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Connaughton. And a nice finish on the layup. Connaughton's got 5.
More and more signs of the skill set of Taurean Prince as he finds an open teammate.
Pass to Klingon. Lets a floater go. And he lays it in.
When the player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
You have to appreciate guys who can work the mid-range area. It's clearly how you keep defenses honest.
Oh, man, that is just easy for him out there. At his size with that kind of touch, that is money. That's the guy they're going to keep going to, as they should. The lead's only going up if they keep feeding him.
Lopez, the screen on Sharp. Prince can't hit. Portland leading by 18. Now here's Avdia. 22 points for him. And that one drops.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points. And D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. They pin that one on Giannis Antetokounmpo. Portland shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts of the game.
Taking 2 shots.
And both free throws good for Avdia. And so Trent will bring it up for Milwaukee. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
Number 9.
They set the pick. On the wing, Kuzma. Back to Jackson. The 3. No good on the shot. Denny Avdia making it happen for the Trailblazers. Hitting 3 trays in the quarter, providing some sharp shooting. All right, we'll get... And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. Trailblazers lead by 22. And on the floor for Portland here in the 4th. They've got Williams, Anthony Simons out there with Delano Banton. Then it's Jeremy Grant, and it's Kamare in at the 4. Portis for 3. Williams grabs the board. Well, Portland's shooting it at 61%, a terrific average. And here's Grant from the arc. Gets the 3 to fall.
Well, nice smooth release from Grant that time. Can't let him get that kind of rhythm.
Here's Portis. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clank it.
Here's Williams. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And when you're the ones trying to fight your way back into the game, you simply cannot allow second chances.
Yeah, those are tough. You get back into the game by working harder than the other team, not the other way around. They're just going to extend this lead.
Portis finds Jackson from the arc. They get it back. Trent outside. Over to the left wing. Pass to Sims. Shot clock at 6. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. There's Simons with a 3. Sinks it from distance. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Trailblazers?
You have to be a fan of the energy they've played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
We also have to admire the way they've gotten out and run in transition. And they've run wide, they've run their lanes, they've been doing it with a great pace. And that's produced some easy scores.
Grant with it, Jackson in his pocket. There's Simons with a 3. That one doesn't drop. The Bucks have gone 1 of 4 since the 4th quarter began. Simons with a steal. They're running. And here's Grant from the arc. Sinks it. What range from downtown.
This has been their game plan here in the final period. We'll see if it continues to work out.
It's one thing to have teams shoot a bunch of threes, but with this team being that hot defensively, you got to chase them away from anywhere near that line.
Portis' shot is off.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Grant outside. And he lobs it up top. And Williams punches it home.
Making plays isn't something Grant is worried about, but he will make smart passes if he can.
Portis into the lane. Throws it down. And the official calls a foul. It may be a 3-point play. It goes on Jeremy Grant. And a new group getting ready for the Bucks. Brook Lopez is checked in for Sims. Connaughton comes in for Kuzma. Prince is checked in for Jackson. And Lillard subbed in for Trent. And that's a foul. Called on Pat Connaughton. That's his first foul.
Yeah, I think he's letting his emotions get the better of him on that foul.
Avdia from outside. Another 3 for Portland.
And let's face it, when you're down this many points, you simply can't let them get that good of a look.
Teachable moment there. Lapses like this are backbreakers.
Portland has gotten 4 of 7 3-pointers to fall in the fourth. 3-pointer sharp. Rebound, Milwaukee. And the Bucks pushing it up now. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Trailblazers.
Well, that's two teammates who need to reintroduce themselves to one another, not on the same page.
Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Portland. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Back to Avdia. Pass to Sharp. Clock at 6. From behind the arc. Intercepted.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Trailblazers.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Denny Avdia.
He was tough to cover all game long. One of those nights when he felt like nobody could stop him, and they didn't.
And here's Grant from the arc. It's cleared by Damian Lillard. Here's Prince. And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Grant. On offense, here are the Trailblazers. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth. That one's good for 2.
They really came in with the right mindset today. I can guarantee you their flight home will be filled with some smiles.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
Avdia, left side. Lets it go from the wing. So it's the Trailblazers winning this one easily. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle.
Exciting matchup tonight in some regards, but everyone loves an underdog.
Yeah, let's not forget, this is the NBA. Anything can happen, and even lower-ranked teams are elite. We could still have a real contest on our hands tonight.
Now look at Memphis's starting group. Morant is the point, with Bane out on the wing. Edey out there with Jackson, and it's Stevens in at the 3, the small forward. 4 on the shot clock. Prince, that's for 2. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
And there's so little ego in Giannis's game. It's not about him out there. He wants to make the game easier for his teammates.
Here's Morant, and Morant throws it down.
It puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on you.
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
Here's Lillard. The Grizzlies making the shot. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
A downright lethal three-point threat. Lillard is someone defenders must stay attached to if they want to have any impact.
Now here's Morant. Over Giannis. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Portis finds Lillard. Portis sets the pick for Lillard. Kicks it out to Giannis. Stolen by Jackson. Here's Edey. Antetokounmpo defending. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
Now here's Morant. After the miss from Damian Lillard. Payton for 3. And Lopez pulls it down. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Even dating back to his high school days, Desmond Bane was overlooked as a prospect.
Yeah, he wasn't even ranked by any major recruiting services. That just lets you know that the scouts don't always get it right. Then he fell to the 30th pick in the 2020 draft. He's made a lot of teams regret passing on him.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Oh, Morant sinks the answer with authority. He's feeling the competitive fire after that last tray.
Shoots, and Giannis gets it to go.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, Brook Lopez started off, of course, as a post scorer, but he's completely reshaped his game over time, becoming a three-point threat and a defensive stopper. He said, I tried to focus more on being a pillar at the defensive end, someone my teammates can rely on. I'm always talking in the paint, letting me know I'm there to back him up. Kevin?
He's got great communication skills, David. Thanks for the report. And Lopez gets it to go.
It catches people off guard to see what a smooth stroke Lopez has for a big fella.
Now, here's Morant for 3. Rebound, Milwaukee. And, oh, here we go. Prince has got it. The fast break chance. Lillard with it. He's picked up by Morant. And Lillard kicks to Antetokounmpo. Pass to Lopez. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Lillard from outside. And Bane pulls it down.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Yeah, he needs to mix things up on the offense. He simply just can't keep missing shots at this rate because he's destroying his teammates.
And here is Prince following Ja Morant's 3. Lillard from outside hits the three-point bomb. Lillard's got 6 points.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
Again, the miss by Lillard. And Morant's got the ball here for the Memphis Grizzlies. And Morant throws it down.
With elite speed and quickness, Morant continues to be ferocious on those fast breaks.
Giannis dunks it down.
Did you just see what I saw? I mean, that move was out of this world.
Executed to perfection, Greg. I mean, he had the rim in his sights and was not going to be stopped. It's Morant with the drive. And that one drops for him. Morant's got 19 points.
This man has entered the zone. Great shooting performance from him all game long.
Ja Morant has been leading the charge, guys, for the Grizzlies. They kept going to him again and again. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Memphis.
I've really been impressed with how aggressive they've been inside, looking to capitalize from the paint whenever they can.
And also, give them a lot of credit for that attack mode mentality off the dribble, getting a lot of points off the penetration.
So on the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter. They've got Kennard. Clark is out there with Jackson. Then there's Wells. And it's Huff in at the center position. Now, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, and Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
Kennard, the pass to Clark. Clark, a screen on Connaughton. Pass to Kennard. Launches a three. Milwaukee with the rebound. Here's Sims. Still scoreless. Connaughton up top. And here's Trent. Back to Connaughton. Jackson kicks to Connaughton. Fires the three. Here's Sims. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
And that's his MO. Be physical, get in position for the putback, and throw it down. The defense got to know that's what he's looking to do.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Jackson, that's a two-pointer, and another basket for Milwaukee. Memphis has gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. And Kennard launches it from deep. And another miss by Memphis. For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Jackson passes to Trent. Three-pointer. Misses that one. He's made 1 and missed 2 this game so far. The deep three from Kennard. Kuzma pulls it in.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-ups.
Even though he is capable of hitting that shot, I'd like to see him work for a better look in that situation.
Here's Wells, and the dunk by Wells.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight, neither team giving an inch.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
Trent setting the pick for Connaughton.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
To the inside. Jackson kicks to Connaughton. Here's the screen. Here's Kuzma. Sinks the three-pointer. Kuzma's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
Jackson from long range.
And using his length and footwork there, Kuzma is able to stay aggressive defensively.
Kuzma with the screen for Jackson. To the middle. And Kuzma slams it in.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Takes the three. And the basket by Jackson. Jackson's got it all tied up now for the Grizzlies.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
Kuzma kicks to Sims. Here's Connaughton. Misses the three. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. The Grizzlies shooting their first free throws of this game.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
2 shots.
And he sinks the second. 40 seconds left to play here in the half. Trent outside. Plenty of space. And another back. For Milwaukee. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
And Gary Trent gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. It's his first trip to the line. That free throw good from Kennard. Both free throws good from Kennard.
No surprise there. He's about as automatic as it gets from the stripe. I hope I didn't jinx him.
Kuzma with the screen for Trent. Pass to Sims. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Jackson, who's back up. Sims the pass to Trent. Shot clock at 3. Sims inside, and that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Memphis out in front, leading by a point. And now we'll send it over to Dave. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
And get ready for the half-court shot. Drums, please. They're thinking about the shot.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter. Sliced right through them.
And when you rip through the D like he did in that first half, you gotta stay aggressive. Keep getting to the rim.
Portis is out there with Brook Lopez. Then there's Prince. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Lillard in at the 1 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers. Prince kicks to Lillard. For 3, Portis. Stephens pulls it in. Memphis leading. Morant right side. And he converts the layup. Morant's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Grizzlies.
What I love about Morant is that he understands his strengths on offense, which is why he is so efficient.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Lopez outside. Here's Lillard. Drives to the hoop. For 3, Portis. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Portis has got his first 3 points of the game.
The way he can elevate over a defender from deep, very tough to contain outside the arc.
Payne for 3. Good on the 3-point shot.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
And Lillard is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul. Morant with it. He's got 21. Outside, Bain. Outside for Jackson. Clock at 6. Puts up a 3. Damian Lillard grabs the loose ball. Bucks trail by 3. Here's Giannis. Wow, Giannis with a strong finish inside.
Contact just doesn't matter against Giannis. Once he's inside, he is not to be stopped.
Rand with authority.
That is a monster finish. Oh, wow. Okay, Ja turning it loose. Someone throw that man some water.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Lillard. And there's the... Oh, my goodness! What a play!
Oh! Is Dame trying to get in the dunk contest? Looked like it on that incredible finish.
Morant with a wide open look. Off target with his 3. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. It's a 1-point game. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit. That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Lillard, the pass to Giannis. Here's Lopez. Ball's knocked loose. Morant with the steal. All alone. And Morant throws it down.
Unstoppable full court play. Morant just explodes off the steal and delivers it straight to the bucket.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. And Milwaukee with a whole new lineup now. Bucks trail by 3. Trent outside.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls.
Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated.
Team foul. The players under video review under NBA rules.
The time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Yeah, he was able to sneak it to the rim. Not enough room to get just like an easy layup.
Pass to Huff. 1:14 left in the third. Drains the three-pointer.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
Here's Connaughton. Here's Sims. Bucks passing it around. Driving in. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
And Gary Trent gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Trent against Kennard. Pass to Huff. And it's Clark in the corner. Now Kennard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A 3-ball. Sims with the rebound. Sims has got 6 rebounds here tonight. And Kuzma slams it in.
And with his size and athletic ability, playing above the rim, not an issue for Kuzma.
And it's good for 2. And the Grizzlies lead by 2.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Jackson from long range. Good on the triple. Jackson's got 7. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail-biter.
Here's Huff. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. The Bucks shooting has been just great so far, up at 56%. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth. G.G. Jackson is out there with Brandon Clark. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then there's Wells. And it's Huff in at the 5, roaming the paint. Wells passes to Huff. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound, Milwaukee.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Connaughton finds Kuzma. Trent outside. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Memphis trailing here. Outside Jackson. Offensive rebound. And slam dunk by Clark.
And all of his athleticism on display there. Clark's work ethic makes him lethal on that offensive backboard.
It's Trent on the wing. Outside Jackson to the wing right side. Kuzma kicks to Jackson. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. So Memphis ends up going with the new group. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Payne with the screen on Antetokounmpo. And then Morant slams it in.
Oh, he's got some hops. Morant, this man loves to attack the rim whenever he gets the chance. And when I mean any chance, I mean any chance.
Giannis outside. He was all alone on that one.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to pull this one out. It is neck and neck here in the final period. ice. He has absolute ice in his veins. This guy, he lives for these moments.
Kicks it out to Prince. And that'll be Milwaukee as it goes out of bounds. Bucks retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
You can't question the desire of these teams. It's going to be difficult for either side to get separation.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Morant against Giannis. To the paint, here's Stevens. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
And this is part of Morant's role. As a guard, he's responsible for finding the open man.
Lillard from outside, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Bane. Lillard scanning the floor. Lets it go from deep. Edey with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
The three from Morant. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Look, when you're as explosive as Ja, then opponents are going to let you take shots from deep.
Portis finds Lopez. Lillard outside. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Here's Morant.
Have mercy.
Wow. And this is where Morant really shines. The bigger the moment, the more he wants to capitalize.
Prince's shot is good.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Man, this has been a fun one, but look, who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
Jackson has the open look. His 3-pointers off the mark. Bucks trail by 3. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Morant. That'll be his second foul of the game. 1:11 left in the fourth. Here's Lillard. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Here's Stephens. Pass to Morant. Here's Edey. 5 to shoot. Inside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Bobby Portis.
It's the size of Jackson Jr. that is so hard to match up with. This is why defenders are just forced to foul him.
And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
Gets them to fall, and those are huge free throws. It's now a 2-possession game.
On the wing, Bane. Jackson from long range. Buries the long-range jumper.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct.
So it's the Grizzlies now. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
It's the first, and that will put them up by 9.
Jaren Jackson Jr.
And so Jackson nails both of them.
Cool, calm, and collected. Say that 3 times fast. He makes them all and puts this game away.
Here's Stephens, defended by Prince. Here's Edey. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. They came in here and much appreciated, David. Thank you for joining us. That'll do.
team. Like to get into the half-court stand. They like to play at their pace.
Yeah, and there's not many teams like that anymore, but it's all about the details and execution for these teams to maximize their possessions.
And checking out the opening lineup for Memphis. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Bane. Edey out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Stevens in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Simons. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Morant against Thibault. Morant, no good.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
Pass to Thibault. Launches a 3. Thibault on the wing. There's the 3. Hits the trifecta.
Yeah, just a great find by Clingan. As he plays more and more, the game will slow down for him.
And when you talk about this Portland team, Stan, they're young and talented. They have some nice pieces going forward.
Yeah, Brian, it starts with Scoot Henderson and Anthony Simons in that backcourt, but Shaedon Sharpe, when healthy, they've got some good pieces to build around.
Now here's Morant. Pass to Bane. Jackson with a screen on Thibault. Thibault with a steal. Avdia left side. Beyond the arc. Pure from three-point range.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
And it's Morant off the drive.
And the bounce that Morant possesses is unlike anyone else at his position.
The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Avdia, screen on Bane. Pass to Avdia. Fires the 3. Fires in the triple. Avdia's got 6 points.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look.
That one drops for him.
I mean, just an agile move by Morant down low, working around the contact and getting it to go.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Chauncey Billups, and we discussed his plan for John Morant. Coach smiled and said, I just told my guys to stay ready out there, ready for anything, because Morant can do so many surprising things. We just have to stay on our toes. Hopefully that flexible mindset helps the defense keep up with Morant's antics out there. B.A.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Now here's Simons. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Here's Thibault. Sends it home from three-point land. He has 6.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Pass to Jackson. Right wing. Here's Stevens. Clock at 4. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Now here's Simons. Off the outside. There's the drive. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Just a strong finish there, guys.
Hey, needed just one hand to do it. Pass to Edey. Launches it. It's tipped.
I like this. The sheer size and reach of Clingan was a big factor in him finding that block.
Here's Thibault. Oh, Morant with the block. Jackson surveying the D. Here's the pick over Avdia. Jackson can't get it to go.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss. Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Here's Stevens. And the three off target. Simons, right side. Pass to Klingon. Out to the wing. Here's Kamare. Avdia outside. That'll count. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. Offense is coming free and easy. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Trailblazers?
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
They've also been quick to set up their teammates, wasting no time making the extra pass for the open look.
On the court for Memphis, they've got G.G. Jackson. Also Brandon Clark out there, and it's Kennard in at the 1. Pass to Huff. There's a screen. Nice shot by Kennard.
Well, it doesn't get any easier than this. They'll take these shots every time.
Recently, player health has been the big talking point around the Memphis Grizzlies stand.
Yeah, B.A., look, and it's really a shame to have such a talented, dynamic team have to deal with all those constant what-ifs and have their seasons so affected by things outside of their control. It's tough.
Now here's Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. Sharp against Kennard. Batten on the wing. Outside for Grant. To the paint. Here's Ayton. Oh, and the jam by Ayton.
Yeah, sticking it to them inside. Good luck throwing Ayton off when he attacks like this.
Kennard for 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. Kennard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
It's Sharp with the drive. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a tough BA.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in. Now here's Kennard. He's got 5. 3-pointer, no good.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Grab the screen. Here's Benton. No points so far. 6 to shoot. Grant's shot is off. Grizzlies trail by 9. Here's Huff. And out of bounds, the Trailblazers will take it. And it just seems like shelf life for head coaches gets shorter and shorter. Stan, even winning coaches aren't safe.
Yeah, even the teams in the top 2 or 3 of their conference are sometimes opting to make a change. In that kind of environment, it's a challenge to coach with any real authority.
Now here's Grant. Here's Ayton. And finally they hit one. Ayton's gotten his 2nd bucket.
And he's got such great hands. Ayton corrals rebounds and doesn't lose his touch on follow-ups.
Pass to Huff. Out to the right wing. And here's Clark for 3. Portland with a rebound. Ayton's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Benton. Outside for Grant. Here's the 3. On target from range. Grant's got his first 3 points of the game.
And the corner pocket was open, and Grant took advantage.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
When it comes to winning big, basketball acumen is the difference. LeBron James said, quote, in the final 2 rounds of the playoffs, what's going to separate teams is IQ. There's moments in the game that a coach can't prepare you for, where you have to make adjustments right away. It's not experience, it's IQ.
He would know, Allie. Thanks. Now here's Jackson. Jack's up a 3. And Ayton pulls it down. Ayton's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Grant with it. Jackson in his pocket. Murray from outside. Memphis with a rebound. There's 42 seconds left in the first half. Ooh, stolen by Murray. Three-pointer Sharp. Drains the triple. Sharp's got 7 points for the quarter.
And everybody wants to see what kind of range Sharp has. Looks like the NBA three-point line won't be a problem for him.
And here's Grant from the arc. Another 3 for Portland.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Here's Kennard with the teardrop. And it's Portland with a rebound. Ayton's got 6 rebounds in the game. Right side Sharp. Picked his pocket. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. A sizable 18-point lead at the end of the period. They're getting quality looks, and that's why they're shooting at such a high clip. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And one of the stories here, Denny Avdia getting it done today.
And the bulk of his production has been generated along the perimeter.
And defensively, they're giving him too many good looks out there. They need to start running him off the line.
We've got Matisse Thybulle. He's out there with Anthony Simons. Klingon out there with Avdia. And it's Kamare in at the 4 spot. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Simons against Morant. Simons, that one's good. Simons has got 5 now.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. Must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
Jackson with a screen on Thybulle. Bane. Ooh, a two-handed power slam.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Now here's Avdia. 11 points in the game. Pass to Klingon. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he's going for the oop here. Simons against Bane. Third quarter of play with just over 1.5 minutes gone by.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Stan, certain NBA teams take on the identity of their home. Like the Grizzlies, for example. They call Memphis Grind City.
Well, Brian, I think it's a perfect fit. Hard-working people in a hard-working city, and they want a hard-working team.
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring much.
And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for Portland. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Right side Thybulle. Pass to Klingon. They set the screen. Here's Kamare. Knocks it down from distance. Kamare's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Morant. And then Morant with the jam.
Oh, putting on a show for the fans. Morant's skills making it look like a circus in here.
Here's Avdia. Outside Thibault. Pass to Klingon. Oh, stolen by Morant. And they're on the break. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
And that sequence was all Morant. Excellent work turning his defense into offense.
Simons passes to Avdia. Here's Klingon. Here's Thibault. Pounded by Morant. Here's the pick. Shot clock at 6. Avdia from outside. The rebound by Jackson.
I can't believe he missed that three. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be given.
Here's Kamari out of bounds. It'll be Memphis' ball. So Portland ends up going with a new group. 1:11 left in the third quarter. Kennard outside. He buries it from 3. Kennard's got 8.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now here's Murray for 3. Buries it from 3. 6 points for him.
Well, maybe not the shot they were looking for there, but the defense gave it to him, and he knocked it down.
Kennard passes to Wells. They set the pick. Banked it in off the glass.
Want to score in the NBA? Picks can really force the D to make tough choices.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. And here's Grant from the arc. Memphis with a rebound. Jackson outside. Clark with a screen on Grant. Here's Jackson. Jump shot is good that time. Jackson's got his second basket. 11 seconds left to play in the third quarter here. Batten on the wing. 3 seconds left. They kick it out to Murray. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
Yeah, it's pretty to watch. It's great to have so many big men in the NBA who can dish it like this.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. On the court for Memphis, G.G. Jackson is out there with Brandon Clark. Then it's Luke Kennard, and it's Wells in at the 2. Here's Jackson. Kicks it out to Clark. Shot clock at 2. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Portland leading by 12. Sharp passes to Graham. Let's go with a 3. Nails it from 3. Well, Stan, every franchise has their guy. What kind of things do you want your franchise player to exhibit?
Well, Brian, here's what people have to understand. The culture of your team is determined by your best player. If you want a hardworking, unselfish, competitive team, that best player, that franchise guy, has to embody those things.
The 3 from Ayton. Kennard with the rebound. Grizzlies trail by 15. Pass to Huff. There's the 3. They get it again. And there's the foul. It's on DeAndre Ayton. That's his first foul of the game.
And the screen provided just enough space for him. Love the selfless attitude on display.
All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for the Trailblazers?
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep. And until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
One other thing they've done very well has been scoring inside, just pounding and grinding down there.
Now here's Jackson from behind the arc. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Ayton's got 9 rebounds now. Murray passes to Sharp. And stolen by Clark. Here's Wells. He's covered by Ayton. Kicks it out to Jackson. That shot, no good. Ooh, excellent D there from Ayton. And an intentional foul right there.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
A line change here for Memphis.
Substitution on the court.
Simons against Bain. He shoots it. Simon's shot is good. And the Trailblazers lead by 14.
Well, that's probably not the shot they were looking for, but hey, when it goes in, everybody's happy.
Out left to the wing. He shoots. Ooh, the Grizzlies with another miss.
I'm not sure how he's going to explain that shot later.
Yeah, you know, back in the day, you'd be taking a seat. Now, unfortunately, it seems like we see too many ill-advised shots.
And tearing them to shreds tonight. You know, when a player as versatile as Morant starts going off, look out.
Avdia, left side. Oh, got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
Grant's checked in for Portland. Knocks down the long J.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Now here's Thibault. Grant's shot is off. Outside Bain. Edey for three. Hits the three-pointer. Edey's gotten himself on the board with a three there.
Well, so many bigs excel from three-point range these days, and he's right up there with the best of them.
Drills it from deep.
They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Trailblazers.
And the huge difference today, the efficiency from beyond the arc.
Yeah, once they started hitting shots, it stretched out the D and opened up the entire offense.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Denny Avdia.
And his activity level on defense, self-evident, racking up steals, deflections. I mean, he was a handful tonight.
Here's Edey. 6 on the shot clock. Puts up a three. They grab their own miss. And at this point, they're loving this big lead.
Absolutely. And they haven't really faced a lot of resistance.
And stolen by Bain. Outside Morant. Throws it up high. Tipped. Out of bounds. It'll be Trailblazers ball.
Well, it shows you how crucial communication is. They clearly weren't on the same page there.
And we've got 28 seconds left to play in the fourth. Simons with it. It's Avdia on the wing. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Desmond Bain. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
There's Simons with a three. Memphis with a rebound. Here's Bain. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Lamar Stevens.
11 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Here's Avdia. And he was fouled. Well, maybe a little bit of a use it or lose it situation.
First personal foul. Third team foul.
People were worried that this would slow the action down. But with so many close calls in every game, the NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
Free throw good, Avdia. And both free throws good for Avdia. So it's the Trailblazers winning this one easily. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing.
each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Prince, and it's Kuzma in at the 3, the small forward. Offensive rebound, pass to Prince. Launches it, buries it from three-point range.
Boy, an accurate shooter with really good form. Prince is aggressive when it comes to looking to score.
Outside, Avdia. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now here's Lopez. The shot's good from Kuzma.
Hey, guys, no better answer than that. Right back at you. Kuzma not taking any time getting those points back.
Brook Lopez worth every penny as he secured a nice raise last season.
Yeah, you know, he's a combination of a three-point shooting big who's also an elite rim protector. That's a heck of a combination and a valuable one in today's game.
And that one drops.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Avdia against Kuzma. And so just over a minute and a half played. Milwaukee has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Lopez finds Lillard. Puts up a 3. They grab their own miss. It's Kuzma penetrating. And Kuzma slams it in.
You know what? At 6'9", Kuzma is a terrific athlete, and he's very good at using that size and athleticism to knife through the defense.
Clark, we know the Bucks are a veteran team that has now leveraged their assets to try to win now.
And the question is, Kevin, do they have enough? There's a point at which veteran becomes a nicer way or a euphemism for old, especially in today's NBA. That can be a problem for you.
Now, here's Lillard. Fires from deep. And Klingon pulls it down. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. There's the pick. Here's Avdia. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Earlier, I spoke with Chauncey Billups. I asked him how he'll try to handle Giannis Antetokounmpo tonight. The coach remarked, handle? You can't handle Giannis. We'll give him different looks and clog lanes, but really all we can do is pray a shot isn't falling. There's nothing wrong with asking for a little divine intervention on defense tonight, I guess. Guys?
Thanks so much, David.
And how about the awareness by Klingon, a big man who can sense when one of his teammates is open.
And there's the call on Matisse Thybulle. That is his first foul of the game. And stolen by Thybulle.
How about the reaction time on that pass? Quick. And what good work there to get in the way of it.
Outside, Avdia. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Giannis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And Kuzma has it in the corner. Pass to Antetokounmpo. And Lillard kicks to Kuzma. Back to Lillard. 6 to shoot. And it's Ayton with the rebound.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Antetokounmpo after the Trailblazers pick up 2. A three-pointer is right on target.
Boy, Kuzma superb at finding space along the perimeter and shooting the ball with confidence, and he's got great range, too.
Short, that's good.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Lopez, a screen on Ayton. Here's Antetokounmpo. Open jump shot off the mark.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. The Bucks shooting their first free throw this game.
Hey, Lillard has all the talent in the world, but man, this guy is a great leader. Lots of charisma, and he holds his teammates accountable.
Kuzma with the screen for Lillard. Back to Giannis. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one.
Well, guys, I'm glad they didn't try because I don't want anybody to get hurt out there.
And so it's Kyle Kuzma making things happen for the Bucks. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for Milwaukee.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc. And so far, they are hitting at a high clip.
They've also displayed a real unselfishness as a team, moving the basketball well, sharing the rock, and giving everybody a chance to participate in the offense.
So with Lillard on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. They've got Jackson. Portis is out there with Pat Connaughton. Then it's Gary Trent, and it's Sims in at the center position. Grant with a screen on Jackson. Back to Grant from downtown. The rebound by the Bucks. Portland had, Greg, one of the great guard combinations in Clyde Drexler and Terry Porter.
Man, that was one heck of a backcourt, and they really complemented each other so well. Drexler with his explosive scoring ability, and Porter who could just do a little bit of everything.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, Anthony Simons came into the NBA at age 19. He's paid his dues, working his way up from the end of the bench to a starring role. Coach Chauncey Billups says he just believes he's one of the best players in the NBA. And confidence is a big thing. Well, Kevin, he certainly earned it. Back to you.
I would totally agree with you, D.A. Thank you so much. Out to the wing. Here's Benton, and Portland with another turnover here. And so it's Trent with it. He brings it up for the Bucks. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And guys, they'll think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
I see him.
Simons against Jackson. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Simons has got 4 points this quarter. The Bucks have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go, but it sure was a thing of beauty to watch.
Knocks it loose. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Greg, we know about the Euro step, but is the D-cell the next move that's getting more notice?
I think it is, Kevin, and you can see players have quickly incorporated that into their arsenal.
It's been fun to watch, man, and I tell you, it creates some uncomfortable situations. And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other.
And I tell you what, guys, that's a big play to make in a close game. Potential momentum builder there.
Over to the left wing. Shot clock at 5. And the basket by Kamare. Kamare's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Jackson passes to Trent. Cordes with it.
Second personal foul. Third team foul.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Trent with the wide open look. And there are the Bucks with another bucket. Trailblazers trail by 3. Simons surveying the D on the wing. Williams. And there's Simons on the assist by Williams. Simons has got 6 here in this quarter.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Trent kicks to Portis. A three-pointer, no good. Portland's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Simons, an easy 2 points on the layup. Simons has got the lead up to 1 now for Portland.
Cashing in on the interior, making it look all too easy.
Trent outside. Sinks the triple. Trent's got 7.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
Simons against Jackson. Grant for 3. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Driving inside. And Williams, here we go. That one's not going to go. Gets it off. No good that time. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. It's the trip. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And we've seen Deni Avdija really having a great game.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
We've got Avdija. Andre Ayton out there with Klingon. Then there's Matisse Thybulle. And it's Sharp and at the point guard. So that's who Chauncey Billups starts the second half with.
Super quick in transition. The Greek freak jumping down the throat of the defense with that speed.
And we know Kuzma's always been a terrific scorer. But Greg, he's developed as a passer over time.
And Kevin, early in his career, Kuzma wasn't called on to be a leader. But he's grown into that role, and he puts effort into orchestrating for his teammates.
Giannis passes to Prince. Antetokounmpo setting the pick for Prince. Back to Giannis. Just 5 to shoot. Kicks it out to Prince. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist. Antetokounmpo's got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Avdija. Can't hit that one.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Portland trailing here. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Here's Sharp. Ayton, the pass to Sharp. Second chance shot. And Avdija with the lay-in. Avdija's got the game tied up here for the Trailblazers.
Nice vision from the youngster, Sharp, that time.
Giannis sets a screen for Lillard. Out to Kuzma. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Prince against Avdia. And contact on the shot. And here we go with the coach's challenge.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Kuzma. And the Bucks miss again. Portland's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Feibel for 3. Nailed from three-point land. Now it's a 5-point Trailblazer lead.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
Took him no time at all on that one.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
They set the screen. Pass to Klingon. Back to Avdia. Takes it inside. Rebound, Milwaukee. And Lillard kicks to Prince. And there's the whistle. That goes on Denny Avdia. That is his first foul of the game. So Portland ends up going with the new group.
Substitution on the court.
We've got 1:13 left to play in the third. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Here's Sims. Rebounded by Kamare. For Portland, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. The kick out to Williams. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. 51 seconds left to play in the third. And here's Trent outside. Drops in the tray. Trent's got 10 points in the game. Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Both teams getting it done defensively, as evidenced by the 8 lead changes thus far.
Not much resistance from the defense. Easy play that time for him.
Trent outside. Pass to Jackson. Trent setting the pick for Jackson. Count! And he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
Shooting for Milwaukee. Jackson at the line for 1. The play will
Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to have a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
.23 seconds left in the third. And the dunk by Grant.
You know what? When you allow Grant to get close to the rim, you risk seeing him give you a facial right in your grill.
Connaughton finds Jackson. Misses the 3. Grant surveying the D. And the dunk by Grant.
And and we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Three-tenths quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. The Bucks trail. So with Lillard on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. They've got Gary Trent. Pat Connaughton is out there with Portis. And there's Jackson, and it's Sims in at the 5. Trent outside. Pass to Sims. Left side Jackson. Shot clock at 6. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Kamare's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Banton, guarded by Jackson. Grant for 3. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
Ripped away. Outside Williams. A kick out to Simon. Pass to Grant. And foul on. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
At the line for your Trailblazers, Jeremy Grant, taking 2 shots.
Closer detail of what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
You know, the first thing that jumps out at you when you look at Grant is his athleticism. I mean, this guy is a terrific dunker and finishes well around the basket even when he doesn't dunk.
Trent can't hit.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Simon from outside. Yes, once again, he remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
And they are starting to pull away here as the shots continue to fall.
Yeah, I agree with you. A big run taking place right now, and it looks to be the beginning of the end.
Several teams changing it up here. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Sharp against Prince. Wide open look here for Klingon. Here's Ayton. Nice work on the board. It's paying off with the basket. And the Trailblazers lead by 12.
A towering presence on the offensive glass. Ayton uses his height well to keep possessions alive.
Lillard from outside. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
Bucks trail by 12 to end the run. And here's Prince outside. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Thibault for 3. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Giannis has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Driving to the basket. It's hauled in by Thibault. Trailblazers leading by 12. The shot by Sharp. Nobody around. Hits it from 3-point range.
Few defenders can keep up with Sharp in the open floor. This guy is electric.
And here's Prince outside. And the Bucks miss again. The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Giannis with the dunk and throwing it down hard.
And with a strong finish, he finally ends that 13-0 run
Big time throwdown with flavor.
That is just nasty.
About the athleticism on that finish.
And there's the whistle. That goes on Denny Avdia. That's foul number 2 for him. And Portland making a change here. Kamar is checked in. Outside, Antetokounmpo. The shot's good from Lopez.
A nice job from Lopez to catch and shoot in a fluid motion. And for a guy as big as he is, that's really impressive.
There's a screen. Pass to Kamare. The 3. The rebound by the Bucks. Here's Giannis. And the dunk by Giannis.
Once Giannis gets that close to the rim, you know that he'll do everything he can to make the finish happen.
Kamare misses.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Giannis outside. Lopez sets a screen for Giannis. From outside, off the mark. Portland leading by 10.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Trailblazers.
Starting 5 must have been happy to get so much help from the reserves in this game.
And they not only lightened the load, the subs did nothing less than guarantee a win.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Jeremy Grant.
Tell you what, this guy worked his behind off on both ends of the floor. He was really an intimidating presence out there.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, I like the fact that Prince does a good job picking his spots. He's not a guy that forces things. Kind of lets the game come to him naturally.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Kyle Kuzma. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
There's 39 seconds left to play in the final quarter.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
Prince's shot is good.
Lillard's passing game, a thing of beauty. Got that ball to a guy who had a quality look and got it to him on time.
Here's Klingon. No good on the 3. On offense here, the Bucks. They trail by 9 points. Kuzma finds Antetokounmpo. Kicks it out to Lillard. Here's Kamare. Misses the shot. So the Trailblazers win it. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the
on the... Welcome to 2K Sport. And tonight we've got two... teams who aren't afraid to slow the pace of the game.
Well, B.A., it's because they're both adept at operating their half-court sets. They don't feel the need to push the tempo all the time.
Let's check out Milwaukee's starting lineup. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Prince. And it's Jackson in at the small forward position.
Yeah, Morant showing a bit of confidence knocking down that three.
Now here's Lillard. Jackson on the wing. Uncovered. And it's in. Off the glass.
Two teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
Morant looking for an opening. Jackson outside. The three-pointer off the mark.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Yeah, the Grizzlies head coach and I were able to chat. Of course, we talked mostly about Giannis Antetokounmpo, the focus of this one. Coach telling me I've lost sleep thinking about Giannis. He can just take over a game, no matter how you play him. We're hoping he'll be a little off tonight. Do off nights exist for Giannis, guys? We'll find out.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Antetokounmpo with the block.
Anticipation and length makes Giannis a great shot blocker.
Edie for three. Sinks the tray.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And just around a minute and a half into this first quarter. The Bucks have gone 1 for 3 so far. Lillard finds Antetokounmpo. Driving to the basket, and that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Typically, it takes Giannis one stride to get where he wants to go. And in that one stride, he's covering so much ground, you can't keep up with him.
Now here's Morant. Kicks it out to Bane. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Jackson. Fires from deep. That won't go. Misses his first shot of the game.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
And it's Ja Morant with the foul. That's his first foul of the game. Here's Lillard. The three from Prince. Yes, great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 3 assists in the game. And you know Damian Lillard, a lot of his points come from the line, Brent.
Well, he does a great job of getting himself there. I think defenders are so in tune with Lillard's ability to drill you from the three-point line. He gets around the initial guy and then into the teeth of the defense where he's very strong at attacking the rim.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. Jaren Jackson picks one up. Brent, we've never seen a player like Giannis. How do you stop him? Or how do you at least slow him down?
Well, B.A., there's a reason why I'm over here in a suit and the coaches are over there in their suits. That's their job. And Giannis is just one of those guys you hope is having an off night. Force him into as many jump shots as you possibly can. But inside, Giannis is going to get there, and he's going to devastate you.
I mean, just an agile move by Morant down low, working around the contact and getting it to go.
Prince, a screen on Bane. Prince, the pass to Lillard. A minute 53 left in the first quarter. Oh, clanks that one. He's 0 for 1 to start.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense, not really a factor.
Morant with a screen on Antetokounmpo. Jackson finds Morant. Shot clock at 5. On the take. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Morant's got 7.
And that's Morant for you. Not settling, When he sees the opening, he goes for it.
The three, here's Lillard. Counted from distance.
Love to see that kind of activity. He just makes things happen.
Jackson, the screen. The open shot, Morant. And the Grizzlies get another bucket right there.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Here's Prince. The rebound by Edey.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
And the foul on Brook Lopez. That's his first foul of the game. Pass to Stevens from deep three-point land. Prince grabs the miss.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming.
Now here's Jackson. Back to Lopez. Inside. Kicks it out to Antetokounmpo. Shot clock at 6. Offensive rebound. 12 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Screen by Antetokounmpo. Jackson, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Shoots over Jackson. And it's Antetokounmpo with the miss.
Practically a block. Good, strong challenge.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss. That kind of energy not wasted.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Memphis. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And looking at what we've seen from the Grizzlies, what do you think, guys?
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
Yeah, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
So on the floor for Milwaukee, they've got Bobby Portis. Pat Connaughton is out there with Gary Trent. Then there's Kyle Kuzma, and it's Sims in at the 5. Memphis leading by 4. Kennard against Connaughton. Here's Huff. Back to Kennard. From deep. The rebound by the Bucks. Connaughton up top. Pass to Sims. And he banks in the layup.
Inside, Portis knows exactly what to do. He gets physical and wins that joust.
And over the last half-decade, Brent, Bobby Portis has been the best six-man big you can find.
Yeah, pretty remarkable, B.A. He comes in, he gives you some great scoring in some stretches, plays some solid defense. He's got a lot of fire to his game. So this is the exact kind of guy that your team needs in the second unit.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 4 here in the second quarter. Here's Sims. And he hits it to tie the game.
Whew, just selling the defense on the pump fake.
Memphis has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Kyle Kuzma the last few seasons has been pushing his scoring over 20 points per game. He said, I'm showing the league that I'm not just a role player. Having a leadership position and getting better every single game, that's what I care about. I want to keep elevating. Ryan, high hopes.
Just the 27th pick back in 2017. He's having a dynamite career. Now here's Connaughton. Sims, the pass to Portis. They set the pick to the middle. And slammed it home, and a foul. A chance at another point at the line. That's on Brandon Clark.
And Portis knows this system well. Try to make the good to great pass.
Grant, there's a huge difference between talent on paper versus winning.
You're right, B.A., and it comes down to coaching, chemistry, and sacrifice. But I think the biggest thing is effort. All things being equal, the team that plays the hardest is going to win.
Grizzlies trail by 3. Kennard outside to end the run. He drops it from range. Kennard's got 6.
And if the defense is going to shut down one thing with Kennard, I'd start with the three-point shooting.
Kuzma, the pass to Portis. Back to Kuzma. Portis the screen. Clock at 6. Trent outside. Fires the 3. The rebound by Jackson.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Pass to Huff. Kicks it out to Jackson. To the left wing. Here's Huff. Kicks it out to Jackson. Kennard outside. And again, it's Memphis with a 3.
Kennard has such good mechanics with the way he shoots it. And the moment that ball is in motion, it looks good.
Trent on the wing. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Back to Connaughton. The Bucks need to get up a shot here. Offensive board. Pass to Sims. Trent outside. Second chance effort. Memphis with a rebound. Kennard with it, and it's Trent picking him up. To the left side wing. Here's Huff. Pass to Jackson. Kicks it out to Kennard. Clark with a screen on Trent. Kennard for 3. The rebound by Sims. The Bucks trail by 3. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Wells, that's good. The Bucks have gone 4 of 10 from the field in the second. There's a screen. Connaughton passes to Kuzma. And no good. The dry spell continues. Well, a careless foul. That'll send him to the line for 3 free throws.
Ooh, good defensive intensity, but you have to stay in control always.
Memphis shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. He does not get the second one. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Defense is setting the tone. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. Boy, you got to like what Ja Morant has done in this game.
Through 2 quarters of play, he's been an excellent source of points.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Payne. Then it's Jaren Jackson. And it's Huff in at the center position. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. And it's Antetokounmpo off the drive.
Watching that guy put on a burst of speed, he takes up so much of the floor. What a burst by Giannis.
Morant with it. Jackson in his pocket. From downtown. And there's Jackson on the assist by Morant. Jackson's got 6 points.
Impressive offensive versatility for a big. He can show you a variety of looks.
The shot by Lillard, no good. Grizzlies lead by 7. Here's Stevens. No points yet. Outside Morant. Morant with the slam!
Oh, putting on a show for the fans. Morant's skills making it look like a circus in here.
For three, here's Lillard. The rebound by Jackson. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. Memphis shooting their fourth shot at the foul line here. The Grizzlies have got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. They set a pick. Pass to Huff.
First personal foul.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. Edie's checked in for Memphis. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Here's Bane. Lillard pulls down the board. The Bucks trail by 10. The shot. And they cash it in right away with a quick shot. Lillard's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Great job there getting the defense to commit one way, and then Lillard has the body control to pull up the other. Nails the quick jumper.
Here's Stevens, defended by Lillard. Jackson outside. And the three-pointer goes. Jackson's got 9.
Oh, great body control, good timing. Jackson really works the pick and roll to perfection.
Lillard with the ball. He's got 5. Lopez passes to Lillard. 6 to shoot.
And I'm telling you what, on the other end, you're just waiting for when it's going to happen. Lillard is going to come at you.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And he makes the first. It's both from the stripe.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
From deep, Morant. They get the rebound. Kicks it out to Jackson. And he goes in for the dunk.
This is why you put the ball in his hands. An accurate pass hitting a moving target.
Lopez for 3. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo. And that one goes in. Lopez has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. To the right side. Edie for 3. Rebound, Milwaukee. And it's Ja Morant with the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Prince finds Jackson. Lillard with the ball. Jackson with a screen on Bane. Bane against Lillard. The 3 is up. And the Bucks hit again from deep.
Smart and aggressive. Lillard repeatedly dominating the pick and roll set.
Kicks it out to Jackson. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Jackson's got 9 points in the quarter.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
Now here's Morant. 11 points in the game. Jackson surveying the D. Outside for Morant. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Bucks trail by 5. Prince, the pass to Lopez. Lopez, the screen. Here's Lillard. Kicks it out to Antetokounmpo. The rebound by Jackson. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Antetokounmpo. Jackson can't get it to go. And so Jackson Jr. will bring it up for Memphis. They've led by as many as 11. Over to the wing. To the wing, right side. 4-3. Oh, rejected by Lillard. And they'll get another chance. From deep, Bane nails it from beyond the arc. Trent's down low. He's off on that one. What if it goes? That shot off. The third quarter comes to a close. Grizzlies out in front, up by 8. And don't go away. We'll be back in a few moments. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
The passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter. They've got Pat Connaughton, Bobby Portis out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then there's Gary Trent, and it's Sims in at the 5, roaming the paint. 5 on the clock. Pass to Huff. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another. Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Kennard with it, and it's Kuzma picking him up. And Kennard with the 3. And the Grizzlies lead by 11.
Hey, Kennard has the ability to absolutely fill it up.
On the wing, Connaughton. Back to Trent. Here's the 3. The kick out to Kuzma. Offensive rebound. Pass to Sims. The 3. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And here's Connaughton for 3.
Good effort by Kennard, just trying his best to make that difficult. Sometimes that's what defense is all about.
Clark with a screen on Kuzma. There's Jackson with the 3. Milwaukee with the rebound. Portis has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Sims. Huff pulls it in. Huff's got his 5th rebound in this one. There's Jackson with the 3 on target from range. Jackson's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
And there's a pick. Kennard passes to Jackson. Back to Kennard. Clark with a screen on Trent. And the foul on Gary Trent. That's his first foul.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Kennard against Kuzma. Kicks it out to Jackson. 4 on the clock. Memphis needs to get off a shot. Clark, the pass to Huff. Jackson outside. The 3. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Sims has got his 4th rebound in this one. And stolen by Clark. Jackson outside. Clark with a screen on Portis. There's Jackson with the 3. The rebound by Sims. Sims has got 5 rebounds tonight. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Brandon Clark. That'll get him his 4th foul of the game. Kuzma against Jackson. Portis with a screen on Jackson. Kuzma, that's good.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Kennard against Trent. There's the triple. Rebounded by Kuzma.
Yeah, no, he usually makes you pay from that range.
Now Trent. Here's Sims. Back to Trent. 3 on the clock. Uses the glass on the layup.
Any possession that ends in a shot from that range after a good player and ball movement, that's a good one.
Memphis leading by 7. Here's Wells. Pass to Kennard. To stop the drought. Ooh, the Grizzlies with another miss. There's 48 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. It's Kuzma with the miss. Fast break. Here we go. A deep 3 from beyond the arc and then some. And the Grizzlies lead by 10.
Man, oh man, that's just absurd range. He can pull it up and hit it from just about anywhere.
Here's Portis. Memphis with a rebound. No need to shoot. This one is done.
Yes, they've got to be happy with tonight's effort.
Clark, the pass to Kennard. Clark with a screen on Connaughton. Kennard rebounded by Kuzma. And so it's the Grizzlies taking care of business in this one. A clean win, and one where they
have had a difficult stretch recently and are hoping to turn things around in this one.
Yeah, it's a new opportunity. And Kevin, I expect each side to be hungry and motivated to get this win. And if not, the struggles will continue.
The starters for the Portland Trailblazers. Scoot Henderson is out there with Matisse Thybulle. Then it's Avdia. Then there's Klingon. And it's Kamare in at the 4 slot.
First team foul. Blazers substitution. Number 1.
Now here's Morant. Defended by Thybulle. They get the rebound. Outside, Bain. 6 on the shot clock. And the 3 ball is good. Bain's got the game going with his first points of the game for Memphis.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Pass to Klingon. Avdia. Klingon, the screen for Avdia. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. After earning the number 2 seed in the 2023 playoff.
Oh, I see you, big fella.
Can you believe that?
When he took off, I was not expecting that.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. Gets the 3-pointer to fall.
And how about the awareness by Klingon, a big man who can sense when one of his teammates is open.
Morant scanning the floor. Driving the lane. Oh, look out! Look out!
Now that's how you finish. As usual, Morant bringing down the house.
3-pointers, Simon. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Bain against Avdia. Bain passes to Jackson. Wide open look. And another basket for Memphis.
A big target with good hands. Jackson doing damage in the pick and roll.
Outside, Avdia. They set the pick. From deep. Pass to Klingon. And at last, they get one to fall.
Okay, showing some touch there. Good to see Klingon wanting to expand his offensive repertoire.
Jackson kicks to Morant. Jackson setting the pick here for Morant. To the left side wing. Here's Heaney. And Klingon pulls it down.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
That's a 2 from Simons. Pass to Thybulle. Here's Klingon. No luck that time in the shot that would have put them on top. Here's Heaney, and it's blocked.
Intimidation at the defensive end. That's something Klingon can provide right away, while the rest of his game is a bit of a work in progress.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Morant with a wide open look. That 3 off the mark.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
Pass to Avdia. There's the pick. Takes a 3. Grizzlies with the rebound. Jackson looking it over. Here's Edey. Defended by Avdia. Fires the 3. Edey can't hit. And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. They trail by 1. And the wide open shot from Avdia. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Memphis is gone just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. And Morant gets it to go.
With the defense geared to challenge Morant at the cup, that little stop and pop is deadly.
And Avdia, the bucket on the assist by Simons.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Down low. And stolen by Simon. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Idle for 3. It's good from long range. There's 21 seconds left in the first. Morant outside. Pass to Edey. Shoots the 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Edey's got 5 points so far.
The way he can elevate over a defender from deep, very tough to contain outside the arc.
A good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Grizzlies lead by 1. And some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And for Memphis, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
Wells is out there with Kennard. Then it's Brandon Clark. Then it's G.G. Jackson. And it's Huff in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. And here is Wells. And another basket for Memphis. Ayton sets the pick for Grant. Good on the three-point shot. Grant's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
They get it back. Clark kicks to Kennard. Clark a screen on Sharp. Just 5 on the clock. Kennard's shot is off. Trailblazers trail by 3. Grant for 3. It's hauled in by Huff. Memphis has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Hey, Greg, what about Jeremy Grant? He's had about every role you can imagine on any team he's played on.
And Kevin, he started out as a second-round pick, hoping to just make a team. He's been a bench spark plug, a starter, even a #1 option in Detroit for a couple of years. Grant's done it all.
Kennard against Sharp. Kennard on the wing. Clark with a wide-open look. And again, Memphis no good. Portland is gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Grant for 3. Not going to go that time.
And he continues to cast away, but the results just haven't been there tonight.
Kennard against Sharp. Kennard's shot is off.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
There's the triple. The rebound by Sharp.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Yeah, straight up, guys. Like, he's ice cold, like freezing. What's colder than cold? But you don't have to shoot it, my guy. It's okay to pass the ball.
Yeah, and that three-point shot, it really has looked awful here in the second quarter. It hasn't stopped him from attempting them, but it's time to maybe find something else to do.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
That's a layup for him. He's just too open.
Grizzlies have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. Kennard, the pass to Huff. For 3. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. And the league giving a bit more leeway, GA, to defenders. As a hard-nosed defender yourself, I'm sure you like that change.
Oh, I do. I mean, we all love the intensity of playoff basketball. So why not bring a certain level of physicality to the regular season?
1:30 left in the first half of basketball. Jacks up a 3. No good from Grant. Memphis leading. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Kennard on the wing. Six to shoot. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
Man showing some terrific range. Huff's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Grizzlies. Ayton wide open, and they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Ayton's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. We've got 33 seconds left here in the second. Now here's Wells. D right on him. Here's Huff. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Portland trailing here. Here's Ayton. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. On its way from Clark for 2. The shot that time, not on target. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Memphis out in front. They lead by 2. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fans half-court start. Drum roll, please. They're measuring up the shot.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. And so Morant will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. A 2-point game. Here's who Chauncey Billups will start the second half with. We've got Matisse Thybulle. He's out there with Henderson. Avdia out there with Klingon. And it's Kamare in at the 4-man position.
Consistency from deep is going to be the biggest determining factor in Morant's ceiling. If he gets that, I think we're going to see some MVPs in his future.
Henderson, no good. And the Grizzlies leading by 5. Here's Stevens. Offline with his 3. Now, here's Thybulle. Guarded by Morant. Cans it from downtown. And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. Jackson with the screen. Avdia against Bain. Pass to Edey. From past the arc. Knocks down the 3-ball. Edey's got 8.
For real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Hits the 3-point bomb. Grizzlies have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Jackson has the open look. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Stolen by Jackson. Fires the 3, and he's good on the 3-ball. Jackson's got his second bucket.
That's just unfair. 6'11" Jackson just sinking threes. I guess this is the new NBA.
Put that bucket in no time at all. Memphis has gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Henderson, no good. Grizzlies shooting reasonably well, 45%. Morant with it. Now Henderson defending. And there's a whistle. That goes on Zach Edey. That is his first foul of the game. It's a close game here in Memphis. R.J. Morant has always had unquestionable talent. Now it's a question of, can he focus on his game?
And you hope he had his wake-up call. Still one of the most exciting players in the game. His burst and bounce, one of a kind.
There's a good screen. Here's Kamare. It's good. This game is all even. He has 5.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Henderson for three. Henderson with another miss.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
Pass to Kamare. Connects from three-point range. And it's a three-point Portland lead.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
Jackson misses.
Credit to him for trying to get that three right back. Missed the shot, but that's a fighter's mentality.
Henderson for three. The Grizzlies pull it in. Edey's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Stevens. And he stays with it. And stolen by Thibault. One-on-one fast break. Quinion's shot is off. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
There was a time you could get yelled at for taking a three like that, but now it's a great decision, and it paid off.
Portland no good that time either. Grizzlies shooting is leaving some to be desired, just 36% here in the third quarter. And there's the whistle. That goes on Deni Avdija. That is his first foul of the game. So Memphis ends up going with the new group. Kennard for three. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Ayton's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Rupert. Bangs home the trifecta. Rupert's got the lead up to 3 now for the Trailblazers.
See, he had time to line it up, and you know what? He's capable.
Kennard for 3. And it's Portland with the rebound.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from 3.
Lets it go with the 3. Rebound by Murray. Murray's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Ayton sets the pick for Grant. They get it back for the 3. That shot off the mark. Crowder's wide open. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And we get some fireworks there to finish the quarter. That 3 ties it up as we go down the home stretch.
Some impressive scoring, and we still have 1 quarter to go. Who will gain the upper hand in the 4th? Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's an unguardable pass, flat out. Give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Clark is out there with G.G. Jackson. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then there's Wells. And it's Huff in at the 5 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Grizzlies.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
And another place they're finding success is in transition. They've been working hard to get ahead of the defense and find those easy ones.
Kennard for 3. Rebound by Murray. Murray's got his 5th rebound in this one. Grant for 3. They get it again. 3-pointer. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy 3s at this stage of the game.
Here's Huff. Clark, the pass to Huff. Another shot. And right on target. Good. Huff's got 5 points now this quarter.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
From the arc. The Grizzlies pull it in. Huff's got his 8th rebound here tonight. On the wing, Jackson. And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Kennard for three. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Ayton's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Rupert. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Memphis has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And, guys, we talk all the time about making the extra pass. Clark there proving how important that concept is.
That one's good, and the Grizzly lead is cut down to 2 points now on the basket from Grant. For Memphis, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Kennard for three. Drills the three-pointer.
And that three was big. I mean, it cancels out the triple at the other end, and that appeared to really tighten this game up.
Ayton. A second chance effort. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
This is why they give Ayton the ball in these spots. They trust him and his ability to deliver.
Now here's Wells. Guarded closely. Kennard on the wing. Just 5 to shoot. And again, it's Memphis with the three.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Murray for three. He doesn't hit that one. Some solid defense from Clark. There's a minute 34 left in the fourth quarter.
And as long as he keeps missing from deep, the D will keep letting him fire away. He's just off from range right now.
Again, the miss by 8.
That is not the shot they needed there. You gotta work it around and get a better look.
The shot by Wells, no good. Trailblazers trail by 6. From beyond the arc. And that one's good, Ayton. Ayton's got 5 points in the quarter.
And this is something Ayton has to keep developing. In this era, big men have to possess an outside jump. And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
And for Memphis, they're shooting it well here in the fourth quarter, 50%. Three-pointer. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
And if I were them, I'd start thinking about where I'm going to get food after the game because this one looks a bit out of reach.
Kennard way outside. Leaps for it, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. Both teams will make substitutions. No room for them to make a mistake here.
You got to almost play perfect from here on out.
Henderson, no good.
Got to find easier shots when you're already struggling. That's not going to get it.
You know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Second team foul.
We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. There's the screen to the middle.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
No let up with these guys. They're going for the throat now.
It's off. So it's Memphis picking up the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really